financial system is incredibly complex. Billions of people making trillions of transactions every minute of every day. This complexity has fueled human development by allowing capital to flow easily across borders and between parties. But it also hides real risks. Risks for corporations looking to expand into new markets, while simultaneously understanding who they're doing business with and guarding against financial crime. Risks that require new, cutting-edge tools. Good morning. I'm Gabrielle, co-founder and chief operating officer of Sigma Ratings. We're the world's first non-credit rating agency, and we're building the tools that our clients need to navigate this increasingly complex world. The costs of getting it wrong are massive. In the last decade alone, corporations have paid billions of dollars in fines for money laundering, sanctions violations, and corruption. But the costs don't stop there. Fears of these fines have led companies to terminate business relationships in high-risk emerging markets. This leads to lost revenue opportunities and a decrease in emerging market companies' ability to obtain and maintain access to capital. Boards and CEOs are taking note. So much so that compliance has become a top 3 issue for every board. And it is estimated that corporations now spend $250 billion a year on compliance. Most of this is on headcount for manual processes. But why is this so staggeringly high? To understand this, let's take an example. Let's take your typical global bank like Barclays Bank. Barclays has tens of thousands of relationships all over the world. Each one is valuable, and each one is important. But each one poses its own unique risks. To understand these risks year over year, an analyst must pore over reams and reams of information and spend hours looking through financial disclosures, audits, and news. This is almost impossible to do. Now multiply that by 10,000. And this is the magnitude of the problem we face today. This is time-consuming, expensive, and impossible to do manually at scale. Sigma Ratings is the game changer. We massively accelerate and improve this process. And we start by building great data. Today, we collect data on thousands of companies all over the world, index it, and pull out the risk information that matters. This allows us to generate a dynamic risk score on each and every one. But we don't stop there. We give companies the opportunity to opt in and share internal control information. Now we have the public information and the private information that allows us to issue a Sigma rating. Companies are incentivized to opt in to get a Sigma rating because it allows them to differentiate, build trust, and expand their networks. And this is a good thing. This is a really good thing in a world that sees risks in yellows and reds. The redder the country, the higher the risk. But a world powered by Sigma ratings starts to look more transparent, more granular, better informed. When looking at the world through the Sigma lens, things just start to look different. Let's go back to that example. What took hours before now takes seconds. With the click of a mouse, an analyst can understand any company in any country in real time. You can drill in and understand the leadership of that company, who they are, and how they make decisions. You can understand who owns it. You can benchmark it against other companies in other countries and other industries. And you can understand the reputation of that company, because we take daily news and social media and scan it against our proprietary sentiment algorithms. The important thing here is not only can you see risk as it is now, but you can understand it as it evolves. Now let me pause here. This would not have been possible even 5 years ago. But now it is, and Sigma Ratings is the first to bring it to market. When we started this company, we wanted to fundamentally change the way that the world views risk and fundamentally change the way that the world views business in emerging markets. We were selected as one of the top ideas coming out of MIT last year. We leveraged this to deliver our first rating in October, to close a round of financing, to build an AI platform that works, and to begin scaling a team to deliver ratings to clients all over the world. The world needs Sigma ratings. I know firsthand. I started my career as an M&A lawyer and then spent several years financing development projects in over 30 countries across Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. Sigma ratings would have made it easier to choose investment partners and easier to monitor our existing portfolios on an ongoing basis. Instead, our lack of confidence in our partners often led to fewer investments, lower development outcomes, and ultimately less global connectedness. With stories of political instability and corruption becoming regular front-page news, this lack of confidence is only increasing. The world is separating at a time when business demands connectedness more than ever. Sigma Ratings has the power to change this. We hope that you'll support us as we begin to rebuild relationships and begin to reconnect the international community. Thank you.